Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us. This is Sip and Tea with Nat and Z. I am Nat.
And I am Z. Hello, hello, hello.
Hola. ¿Cómo estás?
We are recording on a very sunny, a rainy or dreary Sunday.
Yes, it is.
And
it's a little dreary.
We probably are a little amped because we just finished recapping our Savannah trip.
Yay, which was interesting.
Yes. Our overall experience for me, I would say, is a B+.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason why it's not a solid A is just our hotel experience.
Yeah.
I will say, if you plan on going to Savannah, do not stay at the Hotel Bryce, Kipton. The Kipton Hotel Bryce. If you do, that's your choice. I'm just saying our experience was not our experience just wasn't what I'm used to when I stay at a Kipton.
Yeah, that is correct. Because I do like Kimptons, and
I love
they're
Kiptons.
usually pretty good.
I've never had an issue with a Kipton.
Me
I've stayed
either.
at Kiptons.
I go there for work. I go for
Yes, I've stayed at the Kiptons. I've stayed at plenty of Kiptons. I've never had an experience quite like the experience I had at this one.
Correct.
I will be very transparent in the fact that where we stayed it was like literally right across from the river walk where all of the shops are, the riverboat cruises, a lot of the restaurants, and it was a great location. It was like literally you could walk, had you known. We drove everywhere because we just weren't aware like we are now. Literally, and it was hot and it was rainy. But if we were in a different climate, if it was a different temperature, and the weather, we probably would have walked everywhere. Every place was probably like a 10-minute walk from our hotel. So it was a prime location. And the Kipton is literally, the location was perfect.
Yeah, it was.
And there aren't many upper scaled hotels there, right? So you're gonna have, if it's not the Kipton, it's gonna be the JW Marriott or the regular Marriott, or you're gonna stay across the river, which is not in the midst of the action, at the Westin, which means you probably have a farther way to come over. I will say that the Kipton may get a pass because they were supposedly in a renovation, which is the quote that I'm using, an air quote. But people's power went out unexpectedly. I had an increasing smell of mildew every day. There were dirty towels. Like, we went to go iron our clothes and went into the closet to take the ironing board out, and there were dirty towels hanging on the ironing board. It was just a nightmare. Now, I will say this. We did take a ghost tour, and the ghost tour told us that every hotel in that area pretty much is built on a burial ground. And the Marriott is actually built on an Indian burial ground. So that could have contributed if you believe in that. Then that could have contributed to some of this. But I will say,
wait, what you mean it's built on a burial ground?
Oh, yeah. So when we because y'all didn't come with us on the ghost tour.
Yeah. So, please go. Let's circle back.
Okay. So
let's circle back. Because,
Yeah. So four of us went on a ghost tour, right?
Yeah. I never heard about it. Was it good?
Right. Y'all decided not to go. We didn't go into,
and I'm okay with that decision.
Right. Nikki and I stayed on the tour bus or the tour trolley. Let's call it what it was, a tour trolley. Well, two of our other friends actually went into the two spots that they stopped at.
Right.
And then in the interim, while we were waiting, we had a tour driver take us around because he couldn't just sit in front of one of the houses.
Right.
So he was telling us a lot about this. And the tour guide told us, like, he said, I like to do this game called Sleeping on Top of the Dead. And we all were like, what does that mean? He's like, so I'm going to ask you where you stay. And so he said, okay, so he pointed to first. He said, where are you staying? And the lady says, oh, I'm staying at the Sheraton, something. He's like, and you are sleeping on top of the dead. And then he asked somebody else. And then they were like, oh, we stayed at the Marriott. He's like, not only are you sleeping on top of the dead, but you're sleeping on top of an Indian burial ground. And we were like, what the hell? And he was saying because of the floods and all kinds of things that transpired in that area. So let me even back up. Savannah is supposed to be an extremely haunted city. Like, it is supposed to be full of just like ghosts. This is like one of the things that they build their tourism on, right? And it's almost like New Orleans, although New Orleans ghost shit is a little bit more creepy than what happens here.
Well, New Orleans is on another level.
Right, because that's murders and all kinds of other things. Here is just like death happens and the spirits never leave, okay? So they were saying like the whole city pretty much is built on top of dead people. And the Marriott is built on an actual Indian burial ground. And so
I would not be staying in that Marriott.
So, right. So I, so at the end of the ghost tour, they went to this one place and there was this woman on there who, because we went to this one house, it was the house of the woman who started the Girl Scouts. And
that's right. The Girl Scouts were started. So yeah.
Yes. And so we went to a second stop and Nikki and I stayed on, but there were a couple other people that stayed on. And one of the people that stayed on was a traveling nurse. And the traveling nurse did not go into this second location. And she started talking and she says, I'm a hospice nurse. She was a traveling hospice nurse.
Yeah.
And she said, when she went to that first house, she realized that she could not continue to go any further because she felt heavy in that house. And she said she felt like she could, when she got up to the higher level.
She couldn't breathe, right?
She couldn't breathe.
Yep.
Now, circle back around. When the tour guy got back on, he said that house that they just came from, a lot of people don't like going to this one particular part of the house because it's stifling. And one of their tour guides actually couldn't breathe to the point that they passed out.
What?
Yes. So I say all this to say that maybe the issues that we were having in that particular hotel were due to spirits, because the power was working one day and then it stopped working the next.
Hey, anything's possible.
Yes. Anything. And let me be clear. There are probably other hotels that may still have that. Like, we stayed right across from the street from a river. So what I do know is when you stay close to water, the chances of your hotel having that
mildew smell are increased.
Mildew, humidity smell is going to increase because of the proximity to the water.
And the dampness.
And we were literally, you walk across the street, walk down these steps that you could have lost your life on onto
oh my God, the cobblestone.
Cobblestone street, and the river is right there. And the river is very dangerous because they literally had fucking Navy ships passing through the canal, okay?
Yeah. Which means it's deep as hell.
It is very deep, and they say a lot of people lose their lives. I will also say this. I love Savannah. I will definitely go back. Will not stay at the Kipton.
Definitely.
I may stay at the JW Marriott because the Marriott is the one that's on the Indian burial ground. The JW Marriott, I said, if we were in our 20s, would have been where we wanted to stay. Because when we took the ghost tour and we drove past it, it was like turn up city down there. It was like two different Savannahs. Because I was like, what is happening here? It was like,
oh, what?
It was like New Orleans.
What?
It was like New Orleans vibe down there. Where the part we were staying at was definitely very bougie. We're just here to drink mimosas and have brunch and a good meal, right?
Yeah.
So I probably say the JW Marriott. I will say though, if you're someone who's very sensitive to energies, that Savannah may not be the best place for you. Not because it's not like everybody's there very polite, and everybody was very polite. But you have to understand we're in the South, so and there's this place called City Market, and City Market is where they said the history is this is where I forgot what they said, bought and sold goods and wares, air quotes, slaves. So basically, I'm pretty sure when we were in City Market that we were probably standing on spots where they bought slaves and sold slaves. So that didn't really sit well with my spirit, but overall, Savannah is a lovely place to visit.
It is.
We did a pedal bar.
That was so dope, except getting on that shit.
Yes, getting
Oh my
on and off
gosh.
of the pedal bar
Oh
was
my
not,
God. I'm trying to get on there and
especially if you are of the thicker persuasion, it's not.
Yes. And if you are you well endowed in your bosom area?
Yes.
It is a really it's a challenge.
And I will say, if you are going on that, please go with people that want to pedal. Because if you don't go with people you want to pedal, you will be pedaling them.
For your life. You'll be pedaling for your life.
Right. If it's enough of you, try to get a personal, private one. But I think you can to rent a private one is a little bit more expensive. And I think it only benefits if your party is larger than our party. So we had, 7 people in our group. And there were still 5 seats left. And we would have been doing a lot of work if it was just 7 of us. So we were on there with a group of 3 and a newlywed couple.
Yeah.
And every time we took a drink, the group of 3 was like, same penis forever. Every time they took a picture, say, same penis forever.
That's so funny.
Also, I will say with our trip to Savannah, it is an open container city, so it's just like
awesome.
New Orleans. So if you like to walk around and drink, this is definitely the place
that was
for you.
Beautiful.
Definitely the place for me because I like having a drink in hand.
It was so convenient.
It was. If you like shopping at like little
boutiques.
Eclectic shops, boutiques, things where you can find like one of a kind things or 3 of a kind things.
Right.
It's definitely the place to be. Let's just say our trip to Savannah was just from the get-go was just getting there and staying was a shit show. The vibe, the food, the people was awesome.
Amazing.
Getting there and staying there
was an adventure.
Show. So because there's no hot tea today, so let's take some time to marinate in all of this. So we all flying Southwest. It's 5 of us flying out of the BWI area.
Yes.
All together on the same flight. I am, if nothing, my friends will tell you, I am the master planner. Okay,
she really is.
I planned the whole trip out. Nobody had to worry about anything. That's why this hotel stay. Yes,
it was great. Like that, she did that.
Yes, this hotel thing is the hotel thing and us getting there are probably the like what brought the trip down to a B+. Okay, so Southwest. Thursday, we're supposed to leave on Thursday. What happens? It's raining. A couple days before, Tisha, our friend Tisha, she said, it's going to be raining. We may not be able to get out. And I was like, oh, no, don't say that. Don't say that. She's like, no, it's supposed to be thunderstorms. It's supposed to be all of this stuff. We may not get out. And I said, oh, don't say that. What happens? Thursday, we don't get out. Our flights got canceled. I was at the hair salon. Our flights got canceled at 12:40, and we were supposed to fly out at 7 something. Right. Our flights got canceled at 12:30. I'm on the horn. I got a text. I'm on the horn, texting everybody, hurry up, rebook because our flights got canceled. So they canceled. Mm-hmm. So me and our friend Nicole, we were able to rebook for the morning to get there Friday morning. You, Natalie, rebooked, but yours wasn't going to get you there till 5:00 at night, even though you took a morning flight. Mm-hmm. I think they booked Tisha, and she wasn't going to get there till like Sunday or Saturday or something. Saturday. Bridget wasn't supposed to get there till Sunday. What is this?
Sunday?
Yes. So it was just a nightmare. So we were all like, I guess we're not going. What's going to happen? Everybody was trying to find other avenues to get there, other planes. And I think it was Nikki, I'm not sure, who said, why don't we just drive down? And I was like, what? In the hell? Drive?
Right, because one of our other girlfriends was like, oh, I'm driving. And we were like, yeah, no, we're not doing that.
Driving? Yes. One of our other friends was coming from a different location and was like, oh, I'm driving now. And she lives farther from us. So we were all like, God bless.
Go ahead, girl. Handle that.
So, and our other friend was flying out of the Virginia area. And this is how we knew they did not cancel it because of the weather. She was able to get out. And it's the DMV area, so the weather was the same. She was able to get out. Her flight was delayed.
She was.
But she was able to get out. So our friend Tisha told us, no, they canceled it because they didn't have enough pilots. So what do? We called Southwest. Give me my money. I don't want credit. I want my money back. So they refunded everybody's plane fare back.
Run me my money.
Yes. So we were trying to see, since our flight going down was canceled, we were like, well, coming up is fine. So let's just see if we can do a one-way. Rent a car here and drop it off there. That does not happen in this year of our Lord, 2022. Rental companies do not like you to do one-ways, even though they offer it. So I don't even understand why they offer that option. But they don't like to do it. They want their cars back to their location, because every car you don't return, that's a car they don't have in their fleet.
Right.
So they did not want us to do that. Okay.
Then why offer it?
So we had to do round trip, and that's why we got our entire fare back from Southwest. So we drove down 9 hours down, 9 hours back, right? And I will say
that was fun, though.
It was fun.
It was a little bonding experience.
It didn't seem like 9 hours
It didn't
at all. Going down was a little dicey because we did get to some rain, and one of our friends cannot drive in the dark and then cannot drive when the weather is bad. So
just go to the right. Get off. Get off. Just go to the right. Just get off.
We almost veered off.
Is this the exit? Is this the exit?
It was an adventure, but we got there. So we left at like 7:30 Thursday night, and we got there at 4:00 in the morning. A little
on
bit
the
before
dot.
4, yeah. So then, and that's with stopping. Okay, bathroom break and everything.
Our girlfriend was a beast.
Yes, we had food.
Snacks.
So, yes, so we were good. Coming back was even like
quicker,
easy. It seemed like it was a faster trip coming back. So if you're somebody who's looking to drive to Savannah, go ahead and drive. If you're in this area,
fun.
It's not that bad. As long as you're with a lot of people and it's a good vibe.
The company makes all the difference.
And you have a good DJ.
Yeah, Z was our DJ.
Yeah.
By the way, she was the DJ for the whole weekend,
Yes.
actually, and on the pedal pump.
Yes. So if you don't have a good DJ, then just cancel Christmas because it's not going to be fun. But, however,
yes,
it was all in all. I say all this to say, Savannah owes me something, but it ain't because of the vibe, the people, the food. It's because of the steak. Oh my God, I was thinking about that food the other day.
Everything we ate. Even if it was like the one thing that I took home and I ate it the next morning and it was still cold and it was still bomb.
See? Oh,
my goodness. It was the food. No matter where we went, the food was amazing.
Yeah, that first night we went to the Boar's Head, and if you know Boar's Head, it's the people that make the meat. The
cheese stuff, whatever.
Yeah, and all that. So that was a humbug reservation because the places that have been recommended, it was unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, it was the same weekend that the Savannah College of Art and Design had their graduation. And so a lot of people had already made a lot of reservations. So we didn't get two of the places that I wanted us to get to, we weren't able to. But Boar's Head was probably, of all the nights, it was probably my best dinner experience.
Yeah,
I had the stuffed
shrimp.
Yeah, I had the stuffed shrimp too, and it was absolutely delicious. The second night we went to the Pirate's house, thinking we had to drive. It was literally across the street.
Across the street. Yeah.
We literally walked there.
Like, what time we got to leave for driving? They're like, you're gonna drive there? It's across the street.
Oh, side note. Apparently, also, the Pirate House restaurant is on top of, like, some creepy stuff as well. Like, that's where it's called the Pirate House because that's where they would, like, kidnap people and, like, rob them. And
I mean, it looked like a tavern.
Yes.
It looked like original, like it's been there, and they got off the boat, they got in there, our matey, and drank.
Yeah.
And a bunch of other stuff.
Yes, and it was debauchery, and they would rob people and sometimes sell them into, like, indentured servitude.
Right, and I'm sure there were wenches.
Yeah, and they said some guy went down, and they have, like, tunnels down there that they don't go in, and, like, somebody went down there when they weren't supposed to and said that they saw these people dragging somebody down like a hall, and they were like, what? And they were pirates. It's just, yeah, Savannah's a haunted town. Let's just say. These are the stories.
Yeah, I'll go back next time when I have more time to think through everything you're saying, because I love the history of stuff. But at night, and the spirits, me and them, because they like to talk to me, and I'm like, I don't want to talk to you. Just go over there.
Oh, so, yes. I understand. The spa was...
Oh, the amazing. Spa!
The spa was amazing.
Y'all.
I had a good spa treatment.
My masseuse, y'all. Ooh, it was fabulous. Everything was great. The sauna. Although one of our friends and her nails experience wasn't great. But
her pedicure experience.
Her pedicure wasn't great. But I loved just the little foot treatment thing that I got. Me and Tisha got the raindrop therapy. It was lovely. I've never really had a massage like that. And then the sauna was cool. Me and Tisha was in there chilling. I felt like, when you on TV and you like zone in, like they come in, they see people in the sauna just chilling. It was me and Tisha chilling in the sauna, chatting. I
had a body scrub. No, I had a
scrub.
A scrub. I had a chocolate mud mask. They wrapped me like a burrito. I sat there for a while. I took a shower, and then I had my massage. And I tell you, I never felt that was a perfect way, because we did the pedal on the pedal bar on Friday. So that was a good way to cap off that experience. And it was perfect because it was raining that day. So we were supposed to do Spa Friday and the pedal bar on Saturday, but it didn't work out that way, and I'm glad that it didn't, because it worked out exactly how it was supposed to. But let's get into the tea on the table, because we spent a lot of time on Savannah. Let's talk about the tea on the table, then get into what we didn't even talk about what today's episode is about, which is randomness, which is basically what we've been talking about all morning.
Yeah. So we're already on point for that. So, Z, tea.
Yes, disclaimer. Yada, yada. We're not tea experts. Don't mix it with medication. And there you go.
Exactly. So today, it's not really a tea. I'm talking about a tea room.
I love tea rooms.
The Random Tea Room is in Philadelphia. And the Random Tea Room was born through... the community wanted and needed some place to feel safe and healthy, and wanting to connect with community and music and stuff like that. It's a real nice, chill place, right? And the customers are very loyal, and they have a great vibe there. They have international selection of teas, as well as an herbal apothecary and a bump bar, which is tea additions, which I didn't know they existed. And then they also feature crafted healing herbal infusions and then tea blends. So they're the owner of, when they were renovating this a couple years ago, got herself a tea sensei and learned the way of the tea. And this is why, the vibe of everything at the space is for healing and the whole process of understanding the benefits of tea and the importance of a tea ritual and how the tea is made. And it's very immersive when you go there, and you can really find out about teas, the process. I didn't even know there was a tea sensei, but apparently there is. So there's a lot of great education that you can learn while getting a cup of tea. So the Random Tea Room in Philadelphia, PA, I would highly recommend you check it out.
Okay, so let's take a quick break, and we'll come back with our tea time segment. And we're back. So today's tea time segment is the randomness part. If you remember, if you remember, maybe it was sometime last year, we did a randomness episode, and it was one of the episodes that we had that people really enjoyed, because it wasn't centered around, I'm not saying that people don't enjoy our self-care ones, or the healing ones. It's just that the randomness gave people more insight into us and who we are,
Right.
and got to it allowed our listeners to get to know us a little bit better. So we said, hey, there's still more about us that you could learn, and so we decided to do part deux. So, without further ado,
Further ado,
we're going to get into some random questions, and
Yes.
they are random, and the fact that I just pulled these out of wherever. Natalie hasn't looked at these. I don't even remember what these are, so I don't know how I'll answer them or how either of us are going to respond. So this should be very interesting. So go ahead with the first question.
First one, cat or dog?
Dog.
Definitely dog for me. Cake
Okay.
or pie? Cake.
I don't. That is a hard one. I
It
don't
is.
know. Can I do?
Depends
a
on the
combination?
pie.
It does. So I'm going to say cake, and the reason why I say cake is because I don't like I'm not a huge pie person. I go to my easy breezy standards. That's apple and peach cobbler, and that's pretty much about it. I don't really an apple cobbler. And cobbler is not really a pie, but it is.
Yeah.
It is. I don't really venture out of those
Like no rhubarb.
No.
There's no rhubarb.
No blueberry, no red. So yeah, I'm going to go with cake. Okay. Big party or small gathering?
Small. As much as and social as I am, and I like going out, I do appreciate the small gatherings more.
I'm small gathering, and the reason why I'm small gathering is because I'm an ambivert, so I am part extrovert, part introvert. I am an introvert if you don't know me, but as soon as you get to know me well, I become an extra. I become an extrovert.
Facts.
I am a lot.
I don't know what you were doing when we were in Savannah. I think we were standing at the light, and you were just standing there like dancing in your own space, and I was like, and this is Zarifa.
Yes, I am like, when I'm around my people, then I am in my element. So smaller gatherings tend to bring me out. But if I'm in a large party, I'm socially awkward. And it doesn't seem like I am, but I am. I don't like being introduced to new people. I'm just very like, I don't want to do this. And I think sometimes it comes off as me being like very, I don't want to say bougie, because that's not the word. Like very standoffish. And I promise you, I'm not. I'm such a cornball, just ball of nerves. I just don't like it. So, yeah. Okay.
All right. What's worse? Laundry or dishes?
Shit. I don't like either one.
Facts.
But I may have to go with laundry. That's my first thing that came to my mind first. I just don't like the idea of having to separate clothes, put them. If I could outsource laundry, and I'm actually looking into finding it. Somebody posted on their Facebook page, one of our stores posted that they just found a company that will do their laundry and all that, and I was like, I'm gonna hit her up in her DM because I need that. I don't.
Oh wow! So one thing that we do in our house, so we ordered laundry bags. They're pretty big, right? And they're different colors, and they're in our laundry room. So we have one bin just for towels, one just for whites, and then one for everything else, so that we sort them before we even have to. Like as soon as we need to put our clothes in the laundry, they're already sorted. So all we have to do is pick the bag up and put it on the thing.
See, and so for us, it's like my husband has his clothes. We have like towels, sheets, and all that. Charlie has her clothes, and then I have my clothes. My clothes are the problem because I have to separate the color, like the lights, the darks, my underwear, so that is what the problem is, and I just don't. I deplore it.
Got it.
I don't like it. We don't combine our clothes. That's
okay.
Yeah, we don't.
Got it.
He does his laundry. I do my laundry, and we will alternate doing Charlie's laundry. But most of the time, he just does Charlie's laundry.
Will usually does laundry, but I do it sometimes.
Yeah, I laundry. What about you?
But I do sort.
Okay.
And I fold.
So I'm assuming dishes for you then.
Correct.
Okay.
But we do put everything in the dishwasher now, so
Okay.
we never have dishes in our sink anymore, ever.
Well, that's good. We stay
No.
with dishes. It's just like,
Yeah,
it's like,
there's no, we don't put dishes in the sink. We put them on the side of the sink. We rinse them off and put them on the side if the dishwasher is running.
Mhm.
You use less water using dishwasher anyway, so
right.
that's why we actually utilize it. I don't know if people don't utilize their dishwasher.
Well, we have a dishwasher and we utilize it. It's just like we have two. It's just like it's never ending. It just. But I
Yeah.
will say this: Galen does the dishes 80% of the time, so maybe that's why I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like laundry over dishes because he does it most of the time, and I think that that's also because I do the majority. Or I do all of the cooking. So it's just like
Right.
this unstated rule: if I cook, I'm not doing the dishes.
Right.
And
That's
so-
kind of how it is with us.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. He does certain things, and I handle other things that I just know he could do, but I'll just do them instead.
Yeah. Online shopping or in the store?
Ooh, this is tough. Pandemic online.
I'm you said pandemic, so prior to pandemic you were in the store?
Yeah, sometimes I enjoy it. It's therapeutic for me
Mm-hmm.
because I don't necessarily go with I'm gonna go get something.
Mm-hmm.
I just like looking at clothes sometimes and like seeing what the fabric is and then stuff like that. But the online shopping is dangerous.
Yes. I feel like I spend more money online than in the store.
Completely. Like waiting on Amazon every day.
Yeah. And I think it's because you can find everything online.
Right.
Sometimes
Right.
you go in the store, they're not going to have something. So
Mhm.
I may go. What I will do is I'll go. I prefer online shopping, but what I do is I will go into a store. So I know if I go into H&M or Zara, I already know what my size is, so that when I go online, I just shop that because
Yeah.
I know what my size is, but everything isn't going to fit the way you think it is.
Yes.
See what I'm saying?
Based on the designer.
Right. So I know what I am at H&M. I know what I am in Zara, Nordstrom Rack. I like. So I don't know. I'm a toss up because I also like going into Nordstrom Rack because they have things.
That's when you get good finds.
Right.
Like there's that part of shopping that I like when I'm like, oh, I got a deal because there's a sale or a clearance item. Like those things you're not going to find online all the time. You know what I mean? So
right. And I would say with Nordstrom Rack though, like I wear Joe jeans, so those jeans. Like, I don't have to go into Nordstrom Rack and I can go online and get them because I know the only jeans I'm going to wear
are
from
those.
Nordstrom Rack are Joe jeans. Like,
Right.
I will. So, I'm weird. I'll do, like, I have, like, my jeans go from what you would say designer jeans.
Uh-huh.
And then I have mid. And then I have Fashion Nova jeans.
Hey, Fashion Nova!
So
Is Sheen in there too?
Yeah, well, I haven't gotten any jeans from there, but like my Fashion Nova jeans are like the jeans that are like fast fashion. Like if I need, like if I just want something that I know is not gonna last forever, like my ripped jeans and stuff like that. But like my Joe jeans and like maybe Hudson or whatever, or Madewell, or what other jeans do I really like? There is another pair of jeans that I just start Frame. So if I do those I definitely have to try them because each fits. They all fit differently, even within the brand. They'll have different fits depending on what the cut is. But Fashion Nova is just like if I'm wearing, because they're not gonna last long. They do.
They're stretchy,
right? Like my other jeans, like Joe jeans or whatever, I can wear them as business casual to work with some flats or some heels or whatever. Anyway. I say all that to say is I prefer online shopping. However, with groceries, I like to go in the store.
Yes.
Because I like to touch and feel and look at stuff. I don't trust people picking out my fruit.
That part.
Like
because people don't see things or look for things that we would.
Right. Are you looking at the expiration dates when you pick up my milk? Are you looking at the eggs? Are you opening them up? Are you making sure they're not cracked? Like there's just certain things that I like to do. So in store for groceries, online for clothing and other things.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Bath or shower?
Shower, because that's the first thing that came to my head. I will take a bath every so often if I just need to soak. As I get older, sitting in my own body juices just doesn't sit well with me. Like, you're sitting there in your dirt. So for me, it's just not, like, I just don't like it. Like, again, I will soak in a tub every once in a while if my body is just sore. I get some Epsom salt, but I can't just sit in dirty water. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. No, no, man.
I like baths because of the soaking aspect.
Yes.
Because it's good for being, if you're sore.
Right.
So those have been lifesavers for me.
Right.
You know, granted, you only stay in there for 20 minutes, so you don't live in there.
No.
Otherwise, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, or doing a detox bath.
Yes.
I can get with that.
Yeah.
But shower me, baby. Shower me, baby. Like, that's why I said, even if, like, we're looking, you know, we've been looking for houses, and I'm like, I used to think a soaking tub was a great thing.
A lot of people don't use them.
I don't need a soaking tub because I probably would just use it for Charlie, and that's it. And now she likes taking showers. So, you know.
Yeah. I just wanted to shower with the body things.
Oh, yeah.
With the body shower walls type stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's you know, where I would like the bathroom renovation to go should it happen in my lifetime.
Okay. So this is a weird question. Cups in the cupboard. Right side up or upside down?
This is so funny. So, like, a couple weeks ago, we had Will had his Navy shipmates here for the weekend and their wives, and everyone was in the house, like, trying, you know, helping put stuff up and clean and stuff like that. And, you know, I have my teacups in my one cupboard above the stove, the fancy ones, and the coffee cups are another one. And when I went into the cupboard, they had all the teacups upside down. And I was like, what is this? And I never thought of it until you just said it right here in the thing. But I always keep them up because it really threw me. I was like, why are my teacups upside down?
Yeah, and mine are upside down.
Really? I was like, no, I need them right set up. I need the right set up.
All of my cups are upside down. All of them.
Really?
All of them.
Oh, wow.
All of it. And I'll tell you why. I remember watching, this was, and I get creeped out about things, and they will
I know where this is going.
For a long time. I stopped eating oatmeal for like a decade and a half because of watching Golden Child, and they were stirring the oatmeal and blood came out of it. Like, that's the only scene I remember from the Golden Child. I can't tell you what the Golden Child was about. I don't know what the Golden Child was about. All I remember is watching the Golden Child. There was a scene where they were making oatmeal. Even thinking about it now makes me want to gag. They were stirring the oatmeal up and blood was in there. I did not eat oatmeal, and oatmeal was my jam, and I cold quit oatmeal for a decade. I am not lying. And then even when I did start eating oatmeal again, it had to be instant because I needed to see what's coming out that packet. And I needed to see what I was stirring. You're not giving me anything off a stove in a pot. I want instant. So, I remember watching some show. I think it was like a horror movie or something. And the girl went into the closet and cups were right side up to grab a coffee cup. And all of these roaches came out the cup. And ever since then, I have turned my cups upside down. I don't know. It's just something about it. Like, it just... I watch something and I will forever change my habits.
Based on what you just saw.
Based off of that. I have no bugs. But...
Right. I was like, but you don't have bugs.
You ain't catching me slipping.
Not catching me slipping.
Not catching me slipping, okay?
Oh my God, that's hysterical.
Period.
That is so funny.
Okay.
So pancakes. Oh, sorry. Pancakes or waffle?
Waffles.
Pancakes. Love pancakes only because of my dad, and he used to
waffle.
make them and then cut them up in a little pizza pie thing. And I just assumed that everybody cut up their pancakes like a pie all the time, but apparently not.
No.
But yeah, that's tied. Pancakes is definitely tied to a memory.
The reason why, and pancakes are tied to a memory for me. My grandma made the best pancakes, and I've never had anybody's pancakes like hers. So I just don't even want them. I just want waffles.
Now I want pancakes. I'm about to call IHOP.
Oh, I just made the bomb ass French toast this morning.
Oh, what'd you put in it?
So I'm gonna give y'all this real quick. It's croissants. I ripped them up. I did the custard, but I put cardamom, cinnamon, vanilla, the eggs, the milk. I poured 1/3 cup of maple syrup in there. I took some cream cheese, 4 ounces. I let the custard soak on the croissants. I ripped them all up, soaked them in the croissant, took half of them out, put them in the pan, cut up 4 ounces of the cream cheese in little chunks, put them in there, put some pecans on it, put the rest of the croissant topping on, put the rest of the pecans on there, put it in the oven. Because I know people like cream cheese, but there are a lot of stuffed French toast that you eat.
With
mascarpone cheese, cream cheese. I've seen some with ricotta and mascarpone or whatever. And it gave it, like, the cream cheese against the maple syrup. It was delicious. You're
going to have to write that down and send that out.
I'll send you the recipe.
Please do, because this is also a French toast house.
I will send you the recipe. Okay, so I'm gonna skip around because we don't have a lot of time. So I'm gonna skip this, and skip this, and skip this. Okay, let's go to: would you rather be in jail for a year or lose a year off your life?
Well, I already feel I've lost a year of my life with all my sicknesses. So, I mean, I've lost like 3 years of my life with me being ill. So, I'm gonna go with that one because I've already done it. And jail, I don't look good in orange. I ain't trying to be no bitch. So, I don't want to go to jail.
Here's the thing. A year off of my life if I'm going to live a long time, right? Because what's the difference between 99 and 100?
Yeah.
What's the difference between 89 and 90? You're old as fuck. And so,
you're stupid.
Your death date is looming.
All right.
So.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, my goodness. This one here. What would your strategy be for a zombie apocalypse? Because we already have ours mapped out.
You know what my strategy is for a zombie apocalypse? Go be with the Lord. Because if you haven't seen any movies or television shows with the zombie apocalypse, it is not a fun place to live.
No.
So I would go be with my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. That's my strategy for the zombie apocalypse. And y'all could be down here living with the zombies, trying to stay safe and alive every day. I don't need that type of stress in my life. I don't.
It is stressful. It is stressful.
Thank you.
I asked Will what the strategy is. He's like, we'll just go to the base. I said, didn't they probably come from the base? He's like, I'm not at liberty to disclose that. Okay, sir, Mr. Military Man. I said, so if we're going to the base, right? He's like, well, yeah, that's what we're doing. I said, is that protocol? He's like, well, I'm not sure, but that's where we're going. I said, all right.
Well, have at it. Godspeed.
Thanks.
I'll be up in heaven.
Yeah, I don't know how long I'll last, though. I really don't know how I last. Like, we literally have talked through this. Like, if I get bitten, what's going to happen? We did the whole strategy. It's really weird. But, we watch zombie movies, so we really have strategized.
Think about it. I Am Legend, right?
Yes.
That's the movie with Will Smith.
Yeah.
Then you got the damn Walking
Dead. And then Fear of the Walking Dead? Or what's the other one?
All those.
All of the ones.
I've seen too many zombie movies, shows to know it never ends well. Because if you're not gonna get by the zombies, then you're gonna get got by some criminal faction that wants to control everybody because there's lawlessness.
Yes.
Why do I want to live in that type of chaos?
I hear you. You don't.
No, thank you.
That's funny.
All right, I'm gonna skip. Okay, would you rather forgive or forget?
I know the Lord says you're supposed to forgive. But, sometimes when you forgive, you still can't forget what happened. So sometimes I think I want to forget. Although that's a coping mechanism that's not really healthy. But I think that's like human nature. Like, you don't want to think about it. Like, I don't want to deal with it. Let's keep moving. Forgiving is much more, it takes a lot of more strength and courage to forgive someone.
Right.
I will definitely say that. A lot more to forgive someone and then forget it. You can forgive and forget, forgive and not forget, but then you still have those things looming in your head. But sometimes it's a lesson that you need to not forget, because it helps prevent you from creating another mistake.
So I'm a firm believer that you cannot, as they say, forgive and forget. You cannot forgive and forget. It's either one or the other. That's why I think this is such an interesting. I would rather forgive. And the reason why is because if I forget, you could do it to me again and again and again.
Well, I'll give you that.
So let me forgive and remember, so I know either not to fuck with you anymore, or to know what you're capable of and watch myself around you.
Yeah. And have your little wall up if need be, your protection.
Right,
bubble.
because I can forgive you and then
right.
Done. Blah blah blah. Bye bye. I can do that. But if I forget, then I'm treating you as if you've never harmed me, and then you could constantly do that stuff to me. So I'd rather forgive and let what comes what may after that.
Yeah, I think growing up in our house, like, there are grudges that have been held that I've seen, like, growing up culturally sometimes. I'm like, how it rules them because they, you know what I mean? I've seen the other side, like, how a grudge and not forgetting or forgiving someone rules their life. And, like, they just walk around with, like, anger because they haven't partly forgiven or forgotten, or they keep bringing it up. And it just seems, from what I've seen, sometimes it's not healthy.
Right.
You know, like, yeah, you said you forgave them, but you didn't forget either. So now you're holding them as if every time you see them, they're doing the thing that they did to you over and over again, or you just hold it over their head. So I agree with you. It's a tricky comment. It's a tricky question. Very tricky. All right. I don't know, but would you rather go back to age 5 with everything you know now, or know now everything your future self will learn? Wait, let me say that again.
So basically, what I like with everything I know now, go back to the age that I was 5, so that I can make maybe different choices, or from this point forward, know everything that my future self is going to learn.
Oh.
I think future self. Because everything that if I go back to 5, you're going to be tempted to change everything or change things, and changing things could potentially change the trajectory of your life, for good or for bad. You don't know.
Just like in Back to the Future.
Right. Like, I don't know what potentially could happen if I change anything from the past.
Right.
But I could potentially save myself from heartache if I knew from stuff from the future.
I agree with you on that one. Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's the way to go. And I hope you can figure out and navigate where you're going.
Absolutely.
Further, you know. I would definitely say that.
Would you rather be criticized or ignored?
Criticized, I think.
Yeah. I say criticized because ignoring me,
girl, if that ain't one of my biggest pet peeves in life.
If you want to see me go from 0 to 60 quick, ignore me.
Girl, you ain't never lied.
Ignore me. We're going to have some problems. It's going to be some furniture moving.
Thank you. Furniture moving up in this city. Some smoke in the city.
It's going to be some slow singing and flower bringing.
Girl.
Ooh, that is me.
Ooh, I don't. That hurts my spirit.
Yeah, because when you ignore people, you dismiss them. And I don't like being dismissed.
No. Dismissing is.
School dismisses you, okay? When the bell rings, you're dismissed. But you're not going to dismiss me.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank
you. No, sir, no, ma'am. You will not do that.
Would you rather travel the world for a year, all expenses paid, or have $40,000 to spend on whatever you want? I'm going on the trip.
I'd say 40. I don't know, because I feel like if you give me $40K, I can travel. I can, because you know why? Because you can pay off your bills. You can, well, maybe some of us got bills that equal more than $40,000.
Right. That's why I'm going on the trip. All expenses paid, because I ain't got to pay for that. Yeah.
You can't give somebody like me with an analytical mind these types of questions, because I'm thinking like, okay, so you're traveling for a whole year. What about your job? Did you lose your job? You're not going back to work. So when you're
not worried about that right now.
Year of fabulousness, where you going to work? So that's why I say 40,000, because I can still work and take off. But I don't know.
So you still got to take off. You got that much time? You gonna take a sabbatical?
I could take a sabbatical. All right, just travel. I'll travel the world. I'll worry about work when I get back.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna become a travel correspondent for that year and blog my travel and get people to pay me for talking about my travel all over the world.
Well, there you go.
That is my job. That I'll be making money while everything is being paid for.
Well, then there you go. Mm-hmm. Okay. Would you rather lose your sight or lose your memories?
Well, since I almost did lose my sight, I'm going to say memories.
Because but then you almost lose those as well.
And I also almost lost my memories as well. But, excuse me. But since I've been on the whole losing your sight thing, you know, it's not the end of the world. But the memories... Oh, wait. I'd rather lose my sight than my memories. Let me switch that. Yeah,
I'd rather lose my sight than lose my memories.
Yeah. Because that memory thing, I'm going through it now with recovery, is a beast. Like that, trying to remember certain things and I just can't.
Right.
Sometimes. And I know it's because I'm still healing, but it is very frustrating. Mm-hmm. It is very, very frustrating because there's certain things you can't remember. Or you can't remember how to do or stuff like that. So, definitely the sight. What? Would you rather find a rat in your kitchen or a roach in your bed? Are we in DC?
Yeah.
This is a DC question, ain't
it? A rat in my kitchen.
Hell yeah. Because roaches, they don't die. They multiply.
And I already told you my story about the show or whatever it was, the movie I watched. And now I can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Right in my kitchen. Would you rather lose the ability to read or lose the ability to speak?
Read. Because I already lost my ability to speak. So, been there, done that. I would rather lose the ability to speak, I think. I don't know.
I would rather lose my ability to read because it's audiobooks. And I bet you still going to be able
That's
to
true. Facts.
Somebody can read to me.
Yes. Yeah, I think the ability to read, because the speaking thing it's hard. Yes. Trying to communicate.
And you can't. That's a problem.
And then people are looking at you like, what? What you trying to say?
And I ain't trying to write down everything all the time.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you rather be without... Would you rather be without elbows or knees?
You need both of them. Wait, if so that's like T-Rex? So you'd be T-Rex?
I guess.
Because you ain't got no elbows?
My knees don't work that well anyway, so... Well...
Yeah. If you don't have knees, you can still do whatever you need to do. Elbows...
Yeah, you know what?
You can't reach shit. You can't reach shit. I'm going to say
knees. Some people don't want their knees because then it gives them an excuse not to do certain things.
I'm going to say knees because I need my hands so I can reach shit.
Some people don't want their hands and elbows because that gives them out. Oh, Jesus. I guess take my knees.
Take your knees. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the knees. Would you rather have a rewind button or pause button on your life?
Ooh.
pause and do what though?
Right. But see,
Like-
rewind and do what?
Rewind and redo.
Oh, rewind.
And rewind and redo. Yeah. Please be kind and rewind.
I guess rewind.
Pause, you're still dealing with the shit. So
True.
it's like that movie. Isn't there a movie like that with Adam Sandler? Where he has a little pause button on his life?
Is it the remote control? Is that what the
Yeah, I can't remember the name.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather be happy, wealthy, or healthy?
Healthy. Hands down. Hands down. Because then when I'm healthy, I can become wealthy and stay happy.
I'm going to say wealthy because if I got money, I can fix my illnesses and I'd rather cry in, like Future said, I'd rather cry in the Bentley than cry in the Honda. Or whatever he said.
Fair enough. You know what? And that's a good one because of my health insurance and being in the military.
Mm-hmm.
Certain things I don't think about anymore because I don't have to pay for them.
Right.
So that's why I said healthy. But if I was still on Blue Cross Blue Shield,
Mm-hmm.
it'd definitely be wealthy because I would need to pay.
Right. Wealthy people, they don't get sick like normal people get
No,
sick.
they don't. They don't.
Side note, but so you saw what happened to Justin Bieber, right? He has has paralysis in the side of his face from something called Ramsay Hunt disease, right?
Okay.
And it's like does something with his nerve, his whole thing. I just found out that is a side effect of herpes. So
What?
It's like herpes shingles. Yes, it's like herpes shingles. So like it is something that can come from having that. You can have this Ramsay Hunt disease, and it can make your whole
Wow.
And it's different than Bell's palsy because you can recover quickly from Bell's palsy.
Bell's, right?
But depending on how severe this is, it can take you out.
Really?
Yeah,
So there's no cure?
They said if it's that bad, you may never gain your function again. And apparently his doctors say it isn't that bad. But think about it. If you were a normal person and that happened to, how long do you think it would take before they would diagnose you with that?
Yeah, especially in this system.
Right. He's
in this
Justin
healthcare
Bieber.
system.
And this is a rare disease. So this isn't something that, like, you understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So that's why I say wealthy, because wealthy people have the ability to get access to get diagnosed with stuff extremely quickly.
Ain't that the truth?
So
that
look at how long
true.
it took me to get determined that my ass had PCOS.
Yeah. Well,
I'm 45 years old.
That's crazy.
Okay. And I've probably been dealing with this at least half of my life.
That's crazy.
So,
but you know, this healthcare system sucks as it is, and having to go through this with all my stuff, it's kind of like it's maddening. It's absolutely maddening. So, yeah, I definitely hear you on that. I think I agree with you for sure. What laws would you abolish if you could? What laws would you create?
I definitely would. There's so many things I would abolish, right? I would abolish, like, all of this, like, bullshit about how you can just come and just redistrict people whenever you want
that
to.
part and the
like
gerrymandering.
These gun laws, like, y'all be taking the Second Amendment too far because it is not what the founders intended. And I'm really annoyed with you Second Amendment, like, because that's all you read to. You don't, y'all don't read past the Second Amendment. And I really wish you would. And you don't even read the Second Amendment fully. Because if you understood what the Second Amendment really meant, it doesn't mean you can sit around here walking with AR-15s. That's not what the Second Amendment's intention was for. And I will be very clear. The Second Amendment is one of those things where you don't, like, there are so many other amendments that you can absolutely read between the lines and make that apply to other things. The Second Amendment is very clear as to why it was enacted. But y'all go on ahead with your foolishness because y'all know so much.
Because they don't read. You know those people don't read.
Right. Y'all don't know past. Y'all don't even know the full Bill of Rights. Y'all can't get past the first 10 amendments. Y'all be mixing up them with the damn 10 commandments. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know.
Oh my goodness. Definitely the gun laws. That's funny.
And you know what laws I would
Yeah.
create?
Yeah.
Keeping people like Donald Trump forever being able to run. Like,
Yes.
no. You, like, I would,
Yes.
it's just so many laws I would create to just make this a healthier, happier society. I can't
Ugh.
even list them all.
Yeah. Because the way the world is right now. Can I make a law and not being stupid? Because you know there's a lot of stupid people. Laws like before you have children, you need to take a test.
Yes.
Like something, because some of y'all people having
Incompetent
kids out
enough to
here
have children.
are not competent at all in having kids.
No.
It's shameful.
And I would
It is
definitely,
absolutely shameful.
it is. I would definitely make laws that would strengthen the education system, the primary
Yes.
school education system in this
Because
country.
it's not great here. And let
It's
me tell
not.
you, kids need to play. This is a good one. Would you rather never get angry or never be envious?
I don't get envious that much. So, and when it is, it's not over people, or so it's kind of like you could take that away from. Well, you could take that away from me because I never really get it anyway.
Yeah.
So, don't take my anger, because anger is healthy.
You got to get some of that stuff out.
Right.
It's an emotion.
So,
I don't
yeah.
think I think envious is one of those emotions that is detrimental and eats away at you and those around you.
Mm-hmm.
Not that anger doesn't, because clearly people get angry and say things that can destroy your life.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's, I guess, projecting outward. But the envy thing is something with you that I think is just not healthy for you to have.
It's not. I never understood envy and jealousy. I just never understood those emotions. And that's never something that I've ever really engaged. Like, and I know that sounds weird, but it just isn't. Like, I've never been in a relationship. I've never been jealous about another female. I've never had those feelings. And I think it's more so because I'm very confident in who I am and what my abilities are, what my strengths are. So I don't ever look at somebody else and say, oh, well, I could have had that, or why isn't I have what I have, and I am who I am, and there's a reason for that, and I just leave it at that. Like, so take away that, because it ain't gonna bother me none.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And with the anger thing, like you said, sometimes you need to get that out, because if you keep in anger, then you're gonna get sick.
Right.
Or those emotions.
So I'm gonna do okay. Would you rather have someone tell you the brutal truth or have them lie to protect your feelings?
Truth.
Truth me, baby.
Truth
Me.
Truth.
Okay,
For real.
I'm going to move and skip around and just do this last question because we're running out of time. If you could solve one problem in the world, what would it be?
There's so many. I don't know. Ignorant, stupid people. I don't know. World peace. I don't know. There's so many things that I wish, you know what? The racism situation.
I was about to say racism.
Yeah, racism. Because it
yeah.
proliferates in so many areas of our existence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it causes so many other problems. Like, I feel like if you could get rid of, and that does sound like a very, like, Miss USA pageant answer, but like, we know that because of racism, some people are in food deserts, which causes food insecurity, which leads to hunger, right? So I feel like racism is like the foundation for a lot of the world's problems. And I mean, classism is too, but classism is also tied into a lot of times color and racism. So I feel like if we were to eradicate racism, we would be able to eradicate a lot of problems. Now, we probably could eradicate racism and then still deal with classism, because you're still going to have poor people and you're still going to have rich people. But I feel like maybe some rich people will be more inclined to help poor people because it's not based on the color of their skin.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I could be living in an idealistic mindset, but I like my idealistic mindset. So
Right.
leave me be. Okay, so we're going to take a quick break and come back with our last sip of the day. And we're back. This is the last sip of tea with your Hood Dalai Lama. I am your Hood Dalai Lama. Let the randomness of life unfold. I attributed that to me because it came into my head. I didn't look for nothing else. So if you've ever said that before, then I will credit you. If you know of somebody else who said that, then I will credit them. But it came to me. God put that into my mind, and I put that into paper. And that is the last sip of tea with your Hood Dalai Lama.
Thank y'all for joining us this week on Sippin' Tea with Nat and Z. You can follow us on Instagram at sippintea_NatandZ_pod and on Facebook at Sippin' Tea Nat and Z to get information on upcoming podcasts, topics, guests, and news. Thanks for listening, and catch us next episode where we get into being submissive. All right, y'all. Have a good week.